Okay, so as we all know, here at Cross and Crown, what is our vision? Our vision is to see every single tribe worship Christ as King. That's not to worship anyone or anything. That's specifically to worship Christ. And not just some tribes, but every single tribe. And if the mistake that some people make is they make planting a church their ultimate goal, and after they've planted a church, they settle down, they kick back into maintenance mode, and hopefully that's not a mistake that we make. Another mistake that some people may make is to see others already serving in church. So they settle down, kick back, and let others do all of the serving. And hopefully that's a mistake that we don't fall into as well. Now why? You see, serving is a way for all of us to be expressing our love to one another. And if you're a member here at Cross and Crown, serving is a really important way for you to be building up the church in love. So as we enter this new chapter of ministry and mission together, we actually especially need everyone serving now. And I know that many of you are already thinking about that. You're keen to start serving. You've been asking, how can I be serving at Cross and Crown? And you've started thinking about that question already, and that's awesome. That's exactly what we want. You see, we want to be a church filled with members, serving the body, and serving with joy. That's our vision for serving. So let me repeat that one more time. We want to be a church filled with members, serving the body, and serving with joy. Serving the body. You see, as a church, we want to be serving our brothers and sisters in order to build them up out of love until we all reach unity in the faith, in the knowledge of Jesus. We want to be growing in maturity together. And a lot of the time when we serve, we sort of think we're serving purely just to help other people grow in their maturity. But actually, that's not the only thing that happens, right? When we serve, it actually matures us as well. Because when we're serving others, it shapes our hearts to become more sacrificial and more loving towards other people. And part of growing in maturity as we serve means that we actually serve together. We don't serve solo as lone rangers, but as a church, we're a body, we're an organism, we're designed to be fitted and knit together as we support and promote growth together. So we don't want to be serving solo. We want to be serving in teams. We want to be working alongside each other as we build up the body, serving the body. Serving with joy. You see, we serve not to gain God's favor because we already have that in the gospel in Jesus Christ. And we serve not even to gain one another's favor. Hopefully not. No, rather we serve out of gratitude and joy for what God has already done in us and for what God is going to be doing in us. Serving with joy. So that's our vision. We want to be a church where everyone is serving the body and serving with joy. But okay, what does that actually look like? What does it practically look like to serve Cross and Crown? Let me tell you a little bit about what that might look like for you. Now, here at Cross and Crown, we believe that it's important for us to be serving in teams. That's an important way for us to be growing in maturity. That as we serve one another, we're serving alongside one another as well. And as we're talking about that, there are 5 teams here at Cross and Crown that I want you to know about. These 5 teams are the comms team, the connect team, the evangelism team, the events team, and the Sunday worship team. And actually what I want to do right now is I want to introduce you to all the team leaders. And after I do that, I'm actually going to tell you a little bit about what their team does. So if you're a team leader, can I get you guys to come here and stand on the left side of me? Thank you very much, if you're a team leader. And while they're coming up, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what they do. Because as you think about serving and as you sort of rethink, how do I want to be serving at Cross and Crown? These are going to be the people that you're going to be serving alongside. So the first team that I want to tell you about, not enough space over there. All right, one of the teams that I want to be telling you about is the comms team. And the comms team is led by Hal and Leonard. So Hal and Leonard, can you guys give us a wave? Awesome, it's those two guys. And the comms team, they're responsible for designing all the visual communication for church. So things like doing the sermon series artwork as well as creating video content. And this is a team where if you enjoy being creative, maybe you've got some gifts in art or in design, photography or film, I don't have any. But if you do, this might be a team that you're interested in. The second team is the Connect team. So this is Jevin and Claudia. And Jevin, I'll pretend to be Jevon. Now, the Connect team, they're responsible for welcoming and integrating newcomers into church life. So maybe you enjoy meeting people and welcoming new people. This might be a team that you're interested in. And if you're someone who's a new member at church, this is actually a great team to start in as well. So that's the second team, the Connect team. The third team is the Evangelism Team. So that one is led by Joe. Who's Joe? There he is. And myself. Lucky me, I get to serve with him. And what we're responsible for is for equipping and engaging people in evangelism through training and outreach opportunities. So maybe you're someone who thinks a lot about your non-Christian friends and you really want to see them come to know Jesus. Perhaps you're interested in facilitating evangelistic courses. If that's you, the evangelism team might be a team that you're interested in. Fourth team, we're getting there. Events team, Josh. There he is. Okay, so the events team, they're responsible for organising major events in our church calendar. So, for example, ANCON, as well as Weekend Away that we were on just a couple of weeks ago. So if you're interested in event planning or perhaps you've got good skills in administration, this might be a team that you're interested in. And the last and final team, but not the least, is the Sunday worship team. And this one is led by Ruth. Hi, Ruth. And the Sunday worship team, they help us to make Sunday worship the central point of our life together. So if you're interested in leading prayers or publicly reading the Bible, or if you have musical gifts, this might be a team that you might be interested in. Now, thank you so much, team leaders. Why don't you give them a round of applause for standing there? Very good. So those are your 5 teams. You've got the comms team, Connect team, evangelism team, events team, and Sunday worship team. Now, what does that practically mean for us as members of church? Well, what we would ideally like to see is for everyone to be serving at least 1, maybe 2 teams. So maybe you're someone who loves being with people. So perhaps you might serve on the Connect team, and every single Sunday you might be welcoming newcomers into church. You might also be serving on the evangelism team, and you might help facilitate evangelistic course every once or twice a year. Or maybe you're someone who loves being creative. So you might serve on the Sunday worship team, playing a musical instrument, but you might also serve on the comms team, helping design the next sermon series artwork. So those are some of the different ways that it might look like for you to be serving. Now we want to hear how you would like to be serving as well. So sometime over the next few days, I'm going to be sending out an email to everyone. And in this email, there's going to be a ministry teams sign-up form. And this form is going to ask how you're currently serving, as well as how you would like to be serving in the future. It will give you, once again, those description of the ministry teams, and it allows you to input your preferences on those teams that you would like to be serving through, as well as the specifics and how you can be serving those. Now, before you're scared and you're thinking to yourself, what am I getting myself into? Don't worry, each team's 1-year commitment. 1-year commitment, so you're not locked in for life. So after a year, you will have the opportunity to reevaluate how you would like to be serving. Now, I do want to flag that as a church, we do have a couple of areas of particular need. There are 3 of them. So the first one is, particularly when we move to the Novotel, we're actually going to need more people to join in on the AV team to help transport and set up audiovisual equipment each week. The second one is we actually need more people to be opening up their homes to be able to host BLTs as part of our BLT network. And the third is we need more people to form a creche team to look after babies and young children during the service. So, that form, I see some of you got really excited in the last one. So, that form is going to be sent out sometime in the next few days, and you're going to have 2 weeks to prayerfully consider, how would I like to be serving? 2 weeks to fill it in. And then what's going to happen is the staff team is going to match your preferences, all 110 preferences all in, with our church's current ministry and mission needs. Actually, that just means me, so I'm going to be looking at a spreadsheet for a long time, but that will be fun. And what's going to happen is those new serving teams, the majority of them are going to be kicking in when we move to the Novotel. If you've got any questions about serving, if you want to know more about the different teams, or if you want to chat more about it, feel free to come talk to me. Thank you so much.